Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Just continuing to catch up with things in the Defender 110, doing some maintenance related items and some repairs that keep on coming up. Nothing major, so that's good news. But I took the Defender out for a quick check of the transfer case, put it in the dirt for a little while, and my high and low gear, high and low locking shifting mechanism light stayed on. It didn't come off, so the light is on at all times, as you can see. I have checked down below to verify some of the linkage, and believe it or not, I found out that also that a clip is missing. As far as I can see, there's a clip missing from the linkage. I don't know if you can see over there the linkage missing. The linkage up, the clip from the high and low gear arm, right on the top, at the top, the clip is missing. So I'm going to have to take the tunnel off and check all the mechanism up there. So as you know, this job takes some time, right? That means that we have to remove the tonneau cover from here, from the gearbox, remove all the top items, boots, and also the all the screws around the tonneau cover. And obviously we're going to have to remove this box here because it makes it easier to remove the cover. And also we have to remove the fuse box cover over here. So it's going to take a while. I mean, it's a labor intensive work. Also, you can see the shifter doesn't seem to lock. I mean, look, it's working, but it's just very sludgy here. I'm not sure what's going on. Seems like something is missing down there. Right now it's on two-wheel drive and working properly. But for some reason, I feel like something is happening here. I have no idea. So we need to find out. Okay, so we've been working on the tonneau removal. That's the top cover, mats, fuse box, and that's the tonneau that just came out of the car. There is a lever for the shifter boot, and as you can see, there is some broken parts already the foam insulation. So before I do some cleaning, I just wanted to show you where we are. A little bit difficult to remove the screws up here. You know, you gotta have some really good screwdriver to get in there without having to remove the whole fuse box. So as you can see, I did not remove the fuse box. Some of these things, you know, gotta do a lot of cleaning. I mean, obviously, I want to lubricate all of these and do some good cleaning. But as you can see, it's a lot of junk in here. But anyways, one thing I wanted to show you is how the the clip is missing from one point there. As you can see, there's supposed to be a clip right there holding the lever, and it's not there. So I'm gonna do some checking in here, make sure all the linkage is clear and working properly, and we'll get back to you guys and show you where we are. I'm also considering to replace the shifter housing here for a one of these new upgraded short shifters that I will be ordering for installation. I will show you when that gets here what it looks like. So anyways, please do not forget to subscribe. Like and subscribe. It's the only way the channel will get ahead, and I appreciate very much all your support. Thank you. I'll catch up back with you guys in a few. All right, thanks. You can see from the previous image to now, we have done some cleaning throughout and remove the top rubber boots from the shifter, the gearbox shifter, and did more cleaning throughout the whole system, and it revealed some surprises. So, for example, we found out that the clip here was missing, still missing. I had to order a clip for that, so I can replace that clip there. I don't want to lose my pin now. There we go. Also, it revealed that we were missing parts here. This screw was totally out, almost at the end. I mean, basically dancing in the spot without any of these washers. We added the washers, and I put it back in, I believe on the proper spot. Another thing that was out of line, this clamp for the gearbox for the locking high and low linkage that goes down into the transfer box. It was completely out. This bracket was totally out from the gear shifter where it's supposed to be. So that was pretty much dancing all over the place. So I relocated the shifter and the gear here to attach to the bracket, and it's now in proper place. Also, the locking high and low linkage right here, for basically this locks the front end drive shaft, high and low. This is where the lever goes into place. This lever moves back and forth this way and that way. So basically it was not in place, so it needed to be adjusted by using this pin or adjusting nut. If you can see it right there. So I had to actually push the arm out just one turn. I didn't have to go too far, just one turn, and put it back and assemble the linkage back into place all the way down here, and it works pretty good. So right now, I just want to show you quickly. Right now, the gear is in neutral. So neutral position. So I move it back to the locking position, that's where it goes. Now we're in locking position for the front drive. And basically, if you want to go high, bring it down. You want to go high, low, it's all the way up. So that's in low position right now. In the low position, low and high position, this is the linkage that moves to select the high and low position. And this is a lock for the front drive. So right now we are in the low gear for the front. It's locked up. Now if I bring it back to neutral, you see the neutral dislock the drive. And we're in neutral now. And now I'm going to go to the unlock position and back in unlock in neutral. So the front drive is in neutral right now and is disengaged. It's not locked anymore. So now that is the engagement for the high and low. So I need to basically move the lever back, and it will be in the normal position for driving normal on the street. Anyway, so that's what happened. So also, if you can see here, my shifter housing is missing one bolt. It's not there, gone from sight. So I need to find a bolt for this corner of the housing. Here's the other one. Here's the other one. So it's 4 bolts. Here's another one. This one is missing. It wasn't there. So, for instance, my first time opening the gearbox tunnel here, and I'm pretty happy so far where I am. I need to continue doing some work, and also I will be upgrading the shifter here for the gearbox. We're gonna install a upgraded shifter, which is gonna give me a shorter travel shifting. It's what they call a sharp shifter, and it should improve a lot the drivability of the car. Thank you for staying with me and watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, just gives me support to develop the channel more and grow it, and just hopefully somebody's learning a little bit from these videos and enjoying the videos. I have learned from other videos myself, and I thank the community, especially Land Rover community, for all they've done to make sure that people like us continue supporting and helping others. So I opened the housing for the locking differential shifter. As you can see, it's pretty clean right now, but there's supposed to be inside the housing, supposed to be packed with grease. I have a feeling this wasn't open in a long time, or never actually. That's all I found inside there. That's it for grease. Nothing. This is my screwdriver here, so you can see the size of that. No grease, in my opinion. So I will be repacking the housing with grease, cleaned up more inside, and repacking the interior with new fresh grease. Just wanted to show you that, something to keep in mind. Okay, so we have done some packing, grease packing. As you can see, the Diff lock shifter is packed of grease now. And also we have greased up some of the linkage. So it looks a lot better now and cleaner, of course. So we should have better performance, a little bit more of lubrication, and should give it a little more of life as well. Now I have to figure out about the screw here, missing screw, and move on with the next steps. Okay, so this is another thing that I had to order separately. This is the foam insulation that goes by the shifters, the gearbox and the transfer box shifters. It's a foam insulation for noise and water and everything else. Pretty dry. I mean, it's pretty crusty and old. So I'm getting a new one for that. I will be using again the same original covers for the shifters, gearbox and differential, and also the cover for the gear shifter spring inside the tonneau cover. Now this is the original tonneau cover from my Defender. It is a fiberglass, and it has some also metal reinforcement which is riveted to the tonneau. I did put this sound insulation around the cover, but I still had to do some cleaning. As you can see underneath, there is a thick foam that covers the whole tonneau cover, which is for sound and insulation. As you know, the transmission gets very hot during operation. Another thing that you will find here is that the tonneau cover has a rubberized seal. It's kind of like a stripping for foam, rubberized stripping for sound and waterproofing the base of the tonneau cover. I'm obviously pretty old here. I'm missing a piece here, so I will be replacing all of these seal for a new one. The interior looks in good shape. It's dirty, but it looks in good shape. And then you can see here there's more foam insulation, about 3/16 of thickness. In some areas it's thicker, so we'll have to be doubling up some of the seal. But that's the tonneau cover. Anyways, so just to give you an idea where and what it looks like. And in the inside of the car, I have also this other tonneau cover on the top of that one, which also has some foam insulation. This is for the interior. It looks like it's also fiberglass, and it just sits on the top of the other one. Basically, that bolts onto the body, and then this one goes right on the top, just like that. And this is where the gears are, the shifters. So it just sits on the top. It's pretty snugs in very well. So it's something good to have. Don't have to have it, but something good to have. Just wanted to give you a quick look at that so you have a good idea. Now, just to give you an update of what's going on here. So as you can see, the cleaning had continued. I've been cleaning more and more and doing some other repairs. So to give you an update on the screws here, I finally found. I went out and I had to search for a bolt for this missing bolt here. Basically, it's an M8, 1 1/4 in length, metric, of course, and it fit very well. Now, keep in mind each of these bolts are different. So that was an 1 1/4 inch. This one here on this side is about 1 inch, and then you have another one back there, smaller one, and this one is about 1 inch also, or maybe shorter. But just keep in mind those 4 bolts are different in length, and it's the same size. It's an M8. And here's the linkage, cleaned up and ready to be tested. Also thinking that since I'm here with the tonneau cover opened and ready to be reassembled, I will take advantage that I have easy reach to the transmission plugs and do an oil change. It couldn't get any easier than this. So just what a piece of cake of a job. Just take out the bolts there and put new oil, drain the old oil and put new oil, and it should be good to go. Easy to do it from this side of the car, from the top. And another thing I forgot to mention was I found the clip. I found also a clip which I have installed in the missing pin there. The clip that was missing, I have a new clip now. So that's all nice and secured and ready to go. Also, it's good to take advantage of anything you can do here while you are at doing this job, because there is a lot of other things that you may find that has nothing to do with your previous or original idea. So while I'm on the other side of the car now. So while I was doing all this work, I found that these cables here were all exposed. The cable insulation piping was pretty much gone, wasn't there, and the cables were all exposed. So I took advantage of that and redid the cable with cloth electrical tape, which works very well, I mean, for this kind of thing. And now it looks nicely and secure, as you can see in the pictures right there on the top. So getting ready now for the next step, which is to work on the gearbox shifter. We're going to be adding the upgraded shifter base here as soon as I get it in the mail, which should take a couple of days. And we're going to be putting the kit, the new kit here for the shifter. This original shifter stem will be replaced with a new one, which is going to be a little bit longer, which is going to give it more travel, and it's going to make the shifting up on the shifter feel shorter, meaning it's going to be a shorter shifter, and it will be a lot more precise and easy to drive later on. But that's where we are, and it's taking a little time, taking more time than I expected, but it is what it is, right? So I'm happy with the job, and we should have something really nice and good to drive for some time going forward. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Like and subscribe. Like the channel. Remember, click on the button. If you don't click on the buttons, nothing happens. So click on there, subscribe, and click on the like button. It's the only way things will work for me in this channel. Okay, so finished cleaning and scraping some of that dirt, and did some refinishing of the cover. As you can see, looks a lot different than before. Just put some coating, protective coating on it. Also, I have finished the inside. Looks a lot different than before, doesn't it? So this is inside. I added the padding on this side, which didn't have any padding, and also now we have the rubber seals here in place all the way around. Drill the holes, and it's now setting. So I'm just gonna let it sit there for a while so it can set and stick to the part here. So it looks a lot better, and getting some progress on this, as you can see. I'm excited to put it back, and hopefully it will help a little more with the transmission sound insulation. We're going to take care of the transmission oil since we're up here. As I had said before, what better time to do this? It will be very easy. Just take the nuts out and fill it up again. The spill pan is down there already, ready to receive the oil. So might as well enjoy this transmission oil change. So here we go. We're using a T55 socket for the top nut here. It's a T55, and then we're using a 32 millimeter socket for the bottom down there. It's a pretty large nut. So this should be very easy and go forward quickly. Okay, so we want to loose up the nut on the bolt on the top first, so we can let air inside the transmission while we're draining the oil from the drain plug. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna need my smaller driver here. Okay, so we're gonna go with the small shaft. Here we go. Bolt is out. That's a filling bolt. Oil is looking, I mean, I changed this about 12 months ago, so it should be clean. Okay, so if you don't have one of these in your tool set, might as well get one. It's a 32 millimeter wrench. They are really big, large. So we should be able to do this here now. So with the 32 millimeter wrench, you gotta loosen this up. All right, looks like it came off. All right, that's loose enough. Okay, so the bolt is out. You can see it's a magnetized bolt, so any shavings from the gears are going to be collected by the magnet that is on the bolt here. This is not bad. Yeah, there's some shavings there, but nothing major. I mean, this is pretty powder. Also, this is my second time I change the oil on this transmission since I've owned the fender. So what I like to do is keep on changing the oil more frequently, maybe every 6 months or yeah, every 6 months, just to clean the interior of the transmission. So just came up of a thought. I decided to take a magnetized tool recovery stem. I've been cleaning inside the transmission, see if I find any shavings, metal shavings are critical or similar. So I'm just putting this into the drain plug carefully, that you don't break any. Treat it nicely and smooth so it doesn't. I don't know if you can see, but basically that's I'm putting it inside the hole there, inside the drain hole, and just clean. Try to reach inside on the lower part of the transmission, just to see if I can clean that inside the best I can. As you can see, look, it came out dirty again. So that's a good thing. Okay, so after a few tries, this is the tool. It's a tool magnetized tool recovery. You extend it, and you can recover tools if you lose them in your engine compartment. But I finished. I did as much as I could cleaning, but all of that came out using the magnet. As you can see, there are shavings. There are more dirt and more shavings. Maybe something interesting to consider if you can doing your next transmission oil change. So we cleaned up the bolts. You can see that's pretty clean there. Got rid of all the dirt. Clean up the threads very well, so that way it will be easy to put it back on. This is the magnet here that goes inside the transmission to collect all the metal shavings and dust. And this is a filling plug, also clean up, ready to go in. So we're gonna get ready and fill up the transmission, and we should be done with this job. Quick and easy job without getting underneath the car. Now I have them available for installation. One of them is the switch transfer switch. So this is what the switch that tells you exactly whether or not your shifter is in the locked and your transfer case is in the locked position. Mine was a little bit faulty, so instead of trying to fix it or trying to see what else is wrong, I just went ahead and ordered a new one. This is provided by Rover's North, and the part number is PLD 656A. So it pretty much is a very simple procedure. Just take out the switch, the old switch, and put the new one in. And basically, just want to show you what it looks like. This is a switch. Basically, it has a mechanical sensor down in the bottom, when you lock it up, the switch connects and sends a signal to the dashboard, and that's where you get your 4x4 light on your dashboard. So we're going to be replacing this and get rid of the old one. Okay. So here, this is a switch right here. I took the cables off already, so we have to take that out using a 16 millimeter wrench of this type, or you can use a long socket, which I don't have, so I'll be using this wrench. So in case you're wondering, I found a long socket. It's a 5/8 inch long socket, and this worked very well, taking it out. So you can use that. Here's the old switch out of the transfer case, and here's the new one. So there is a little bit of a difference in the nut area. This is thicker. The length is the same, and the thread is the same, of course. And then down here, the head of the switch is a little bit different as well. So I'm hoping these differences are for the best, and there's not an issue. So I will be testing this with when everything is all put back together, and to make sure it's working fine. Then there's also a locking nut at the bottom of the switch when you put it in the transfer case. This is a locking nut, and also a just to make sure that the elevation of the switch is right in the right spot. But basically, there's no other purpose but that. So just for your reference. Okay, so we are back in place there. Cables connected and the switch is in there. All that's left is to run a test on the shifter as soon as we're finished. Okay, so another part we'll be replacing is the pad that goes in the insulation, the tunnel. It goes between the gear shifters. This pad is important because protects number one, the sound coming into the cabin, and second of all, stops any debris, dirt, and anything else that can get through your tunnel through the shifters. So basically, this is the old one, pretty crusty and fell in pieces. So we'll be replacing that, and the new one basically comes in same material, same thickness, over 1.5 inches or so, and the holes are pre-drilled, as you can see. I mean, not pre-drilled, pre-cut. So you can just take this out, and there you go. That's that area there, and this is the bottom part where the transfer case lever goes. So you just take out the pre-cut cylinder, and there we go. Old versus new. This is a gasket for the housing. I may need it, I may not need it, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see when we open the housing. This is also by Rover's North. I purchased that as well. The part number is PLL034. It's called the gasket gear lever base cover for the LT77 and /R380 transmission. All right, and I'll show you where that goes. So here's the kit. I mean, this kit is made in UK, especially for the Land Rover SYNCRO kit for the Defender. As you can see, Defender LT77, R380. It's called Slick Shift. This was also purchased from Rover's North. You can see the video in YouTube. They have a video of the full detail installation for this kit. I will be showing you a little bit of what I do while I'm installing this. Hopefully, you know, helps people around a bit. So here's the box. It has a warning label here. Is obviously got erased, but basically what it said is please watch a video on YouTube about installation. It comes with a little sticker and the barcode there if you want to take a look on YouTube. So here's the kit. It comprises of the shifter lever that, you know, if you are familiar with the Land Rover Defender, this goes inside the shifter housing. It's a little bit longer than the original. I will show you the differences later. And the bushing, this bushing goes down here. When you install the shifter, it has to be used to replace the original one in the housing there right now. Comes with the bolts to install the spacer, because it comes with an aluminum spacer. As you can see here, that goes down in the housing. It's about an inch thick, and it's blue. No reason in particular why it's blue. So my gasket here basically is going to fit down there, as you can see at the bottom, when I replace the kit here with the spacer. So that's what it comes in the box. Soon I'll be putting this up, and then we have to go for a drive test and check everything, make sure all the systems are working and all the lights are in proper condition, everything is working. So I'll be back soon. Okay, so now we are moving on to installing the kit for the gear shifter. We're going to disassemble the housing down here. You know, I already had done some work, as you can see in my videos, but if you are doing this straight from the box, you're going to have to just remove the boots and remove the lever. You have to remove the knobs for the two shifters so you can have enough room to work around the base of the housing here. So I just wanted to show you very quickly what it feels like right now. This is the normal shifter without the kit, of course. That's first gear. If you see how long the straws are, the travel space between gears, first, second, third, fourth, and reverse. So the kit should minimize the travel distance between gears and neutral. So to start the work, basically do what I just said, remove the boots, remove the top end of the shifters here, so you have space to access the housing. So we're gonna get to the kit now and go over a few things. So to do the job, basically you need a few basic tools. 10mm spanner, a 17mm spanner, and a 13mm socket with the driver. It's also very handy to have a flat screwdriver. You need the Allen keys and needle point pliers. I have an extra washer here because when I disassemble the lever, I found out that I was missing one more piece. So we're going to move on with disassembling the lever and take it from there. Just remove the main bolt here. I already loosened the nut for the lever. This is a washer that I'm missing from here that should be here. It wasn't there, so now I have a washer. And take the lever off. Mine is loose because I already had removed it before, so it was easy to take it out. Okay, before we continue, I just wanted to make sure, remember to look up for the video in YouTube. It's important. This video is posted by the manufacturer and gives you very clear instructions how to install the kit. All right, so next thing we have to do is we need to loosen up the spring. So basically we need to loosen up the spring by using the screwdriver and flip the spring out. There's a slot here that's to hold the stem. So just, you know, push it to the side and it should come out nice and easy. There's one, and there's two. We need to loosen up this bolt. That is actually the retainer. There is a spring in here holding it's a spring that holds up the stem to give it more control. You have to be very careful when you pull this out, because that spring may shoot out and you may lose it. So hopefully that won't happen here right now. So let's loosen up the bolt. It's a very thick washer here, interesting. So make sure you don't lose that. And we need to pull this up and make sure we don't lose the spring. Here comes. All right, and it's out. Here's the spring. You can see it. The spring is in there. There we go. Let's make sure we don't lose that. And well, just want to show you this. You can see, I don't know, this is pretty dry. This, you know, there should be a lot more grease down here, but let's move on. Okay, so next what we need to do is loosen up the 4 bolts around the housing here. I already have loosened them up a little bit, so basically using the wrench and the spanner. Actually, I didn't use a 13 millimeter socket. It looks like mine was a little bit smaller, and it's a 10 millimeter, not 13. So maybe a different year model or something, but anyways. So basically, bolts are loosened already. So I'm just gonna remove the housing here. Okay, so here we go. Looks pretty clean down there. The gasket seems to be in good shape. Seems to be that it was recently replaced. I had to clean this up and make sure it's all cleaned up. Clean down here also. Maybe add some new grease, and same thing here. It's also a good opportunity to inspect the housing, because usually it gets very worn out around the grooves here. This looks like it may have been replaced. To remove this bushing, you have to take out this bolt with a 5 millimeter Allen key. So we're going to do that now. Okay, so I have removed the part here. As you can see, there is a pressure washer here that we need to remove in order to take out the bushing. So we do that now. So the washer is off. Now we can push the bushing out of the piece here. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. And we're going to add the new bushing. Okay, so the new bushing is in, and the pressure washer clip is here. It was a little bit hard to push it in because there is a lip, so that lip is a little bit wider than the inner diameter, but it's like any other bushing. That's how it works. Okay, just like any other bushing. So we're gonna put this back in place. I had to use my Allen socket because it was a little too hard to get it loose. So I ended up using my wrench socket. To make sure it's in the right spot here. There's a hole there. Make sure the key bolt is in the hole all the way down. It's in place now. So now we're gonna just place the kit on here. We're gonna put the gasket. Just add more grease. As you can see, I have added some grease. I just wanna grease this up. So here goes the gasket. In place, new gasket. And now we have to put the spacer. Now, one thing about the spacer I have to say is that the original kit had 2 spacers, and this is a newer version where it only has 1 spacer. So basically what we have now is 1 spacer, which is going to make it made the stem of the shifter higher or longer, I would say. So there is that. So before I put back the housing on the top, I'm going to I want to put some sealant. The sealant is just very light, nothing heavy. So anyway, so the assembling is the reverse. I have the spacer now. I'm going to put this back. Actually, before I do that, I want to put some grease in there. So you can see I put some grease at the lever area. So now we're going to put this back in place. We're going to be using the new bolts, which are a little bit longer. The bolts also have a locking washer. Let's make sure we align this in the right spot. Okay, so now we go and install the new stem shifter here. Remember the spring. Okay, so now we're putting this back in with the new one. Don't forget the spring in here. It's very important, don't lose it. I'm gonna put some grease here to grease up everything. So now we put the spring in here. And remember, you have a lug nut, right? So anyways, let's put this in. Make sure you keep the spring in there. Push it in at the same time you're pushing this down. Okay, it's there. So now we have to put the locking nut that we removed before with the 10mm wrench. So the next thing we have to do, we have to bring back the spring to the top of the clip here. Okay, that's one. Now the other one. All right, here we go. That's in now. We need to put the lever up in the shifter, and that's what should be looking like. Okay, now we're gonna put the lever just to feel it and see how it feels. Okay. Here we go, the lever. We'll put the bolt here. I mean the nut on the bolt just for now. I mean just to show, but I need to reassemble all of this when I'm finished with all my work. So let's just do this quickly. I mean this obviously feels a little shorter. First gear. Yeah, definitely. Second gear. third gear, fourth gear, wow, fifth, yeah. Yeah, we had to lower the spring a little bit. Okay. Okay, so again, watch the video. It's important you watch a video because it will go through a lot of details, how to install it. So my last thing was to adjust the spring over the shifter. As you can see right now, it's right snugged in. There is no play anywhere. It is in neutral right now. There's adjustment screws right here. You need to adjust the screw in such a way that it's applying pressure on the spring and also on the shifter. So there is no play. There's no play in the spring over the shifter. And that's what makes it nice and tight. Okay. So we're done. All set with this. Now comes the reassembling of the tonneau and put everything back in place, and we should be finished very soon. The tonneau cover is in. I still have to put the overlay of the tonneau, but got new screws, got the new seal pretty nicely attached to the body. The foam insulation all in place, the gear settings in place, and now it's just a final wrap up of the gear shift and the boot. So everything will be back to normal. Put back the fuse cover and the relays I took off in order to remove the cover, and that would be pretty much it. Then go for a test drive. I did go for a test drive earlier today, and I had to do some adjustments of the shifter. It was a tiny bit loose, so I did some adjustment. That's for the shifter, the gear box, with the new short shifter kit. So it's working very nicely. It's amazing how short the shifting is. So it's really, really good. I would recommend it to anybody. So anyways, the thing I wanted to show you was, I don't know how familiar you are with the Defender, Land Rover Defender shift knob. They usually break. They have a very loose, I don't know, the material or something about it, but they're always breaking at the bottom. At the bottom, where it attaches to the shifter, right here. For some reason, it comes with some kind of a fitting. It's not even a bolt-on knob. I wish somebody would make a look-alike original black shift knob that will screw on the shifter. As you can see, there's thread in there. Now, there may be some products out there that I'm not familiar with that work with the Land Rover Defender, but I have gone through many of these knobs in the past. So most recently, I came up with some kind of a very radical idea. So basically, I found a nut. I can't remember what size it is. I think it's a 15 or 13 millimeter, or 7, yeah, 13 probably millimeter nut. And basically what I did was I put the knob in my bench press. I put the nut against the knob here, and slowly I apply heat to it, very slowly, while you are pressing on the press at a very slow rate, until finally the nut just melted into my knob. As you can see, there's a nut in there, melted into my knob. A little bit rough here at the end, but because of the heat. But it came out really good. So basically I have a nut melted into my knob, my original Land Rover Defender knob. It's not the most nice looking one, but it works very well. So basically I just want to put a little wrap in here to make it tighter, and basically you just screw it in, and that's it. And I'm not worried about this breaking while I'm driving or whatever happens all the time. So here it's pretty tight right now. So I don't even have to put a tape in there. That thing will stay there for a long time. So I can just adjust it to the right place and we'll be doing well. And there we are. Just screwed into my shifter. And that's pretty much what I wanted to let you know about the shifter knob. It's like this is the original. You see, there's no nut, nothing. It's just push. See, there's a thread here. This is for the differential shifter. And basically you just push it in and expect it to stay there. As you can see, it's cracked. So I'm gonna have to replace this. I know there are some aluminum knobs out there for Land Rover Defenders. They are great. I wish you would make it in black. I really don't like it in aluminum color, or in, I think it's aluminum. Yeah, it looks almost white. And I don't know, I just don't like the looks of the white knobs in my black interior. So I'd rather have black knobs.